Hello, myself Samiksha Mohonty and I am from grade 9th ICSE and I am from Real Academy's Dombivli branch, and today I will be doing a presentation on marijuana, the cannabis cure. Now this is a drug and drugs are often misunderstood. So before moving on to marijuana, we will first understand how the drugs are misunderstood and why are they misunderstood. So, why the drugs are often seen as harmful? Media reports focus on the abuse and the illegal use rather than focusing on the good use of drugs and the use of drugs that can be protective and that can be good for us. Media often focuses on the problems of the drugs and often provides the misconceptions for the audience in the name of content. Next, historical stigma and fear-based campaigns. Always the drugs are prone to the fear-based campaigns. Rather than providing the medicinal drug campaigns, all the people often tell that drugs are this, drugs are that. But drugs are also medicinal. Confusion between recreational use and medical use. Recreational use means the wrong misuse of the drugs, whereas if we consume it medically, it would be beneficial. Next, lack of clear age-appropriate education. If all the students, college people, school people, graduates will be provided proper education of the drugs and how to use them for the good purposes, then definitely these perceptions can be changed. Now let's understand what is drug use and what is drug misuse. Drug use is often controlled, legally advised and prescribed, whereas drug misuse is illegal, it is not prescribed and it is misconcepted. Drug use is always beneficial and drug misuse always harmful. So now that we have understood what is drug consumption, let's understand what is marijuana. Marijuana is a cannabis plant that has several compounds, but some of them include THC, which is psychoactive, and CBD, which is non-intoxicating. Now, there are several compounds of the marijuana, but only these two are the most beneficial and the most used in the medical industries. Now, let's understand the medical use of marijuana. Marijuana is used in many countries, especially US, for medical supervision. It is prescribed only for specific conditions and not for all conditions. We have to keep that in mind, that marijuana is a drug that cannot be used in all the conditions. Especially sometimes we have a fever at 105 degree Fahrenheit. We cannot use marijuana for that. Only medication, proper medication is used for that. But several diseases which are very harmful, at that time only we have to use the marijuana. Next, carefully regulated reforms and doses. As I said it now, we should use it in a proper controlled manner and not the same as our recreational consumption, which is misuse of the drugs. Now let's understand the condition studies for medical cannabis, which means that the diseases that can be cured due to the marijuana: chronic pain, chemotherapy related nausea, certain seizure disorders, muscle spasticity. Now the word spasticity here means that the muscle contractions that are caused due to the neurological disorders. Now these go through our veins and cause our muscles to contract and release. Certain seizures such as the holding of hands is caused, and this can be temporarily cured by the drug marijuana. Now let's understand how marijuana acts as a medicine. Marijuana can be consumed in many forms. It can be either taken in its raw form, its dried form, its oil form, its liquefied form, and even we can inhale that marijuana plant and still we can be cured. Marijuana is a temporary cure. So, the marijuana, when we inhale or when we take any form of it, it interacts with our endocannabinoid system. Now, this endocannabinoid system is responsible to regulate our pain, our appetite, sleep, mood, everything. And if we use that drug in a very small manner, then it can be medicinally beneficial. Now let's understand, is marijuana completely harmless? No, No drug is completely harmless until we use it in a proper amount. Let's understand what are the possible risks if we use it in a large amount. Impaired memory and concentration, anxiety or panic attack in some people. Now let's understand this point really clear. Dependency risk with frequent misuse. Now this means that if we take something, if we take a drug, if we take one dose of marijuana, then we will feel that sensation in our body that we are getting that calmness due to the drug. And with that, we will be addicted to it. Now this addiction is wrong and that should be controlled. Frequent use is not necessary. Sometimes we can use the drug and it can be cured. Now let's see risks for adolescents. Adolescent age, that is between 10 to 19, is very paired to all these drug issues and all these addictions. So we should be calm and we should never ever take more drugs. So now let's compile all this together. Marijuana is often misunderstood. It is medically beneficial, but at the same time it can also cause many risks. Now the key is, if we take it in a balanced amount, and if we take it legally prescribed, if it is legal, if it is medically prescribed by the doctors, then definitely we can change the perception of the drugs and we can make this world a better place to live with. Thank you.